all about garage space. And I'll throw in storage space just in case maybe you aren't looking at homes that have a lot of garage space or maybe any garage. But the real point that I want to make here is something that I see happen so often, and I'd love to just kind of get ahead of it by sharing it with you guys today. So what happens all the time when I'm dealing with buyers and maybe people like yourselves that are just, in the early stages of considering moving out here to Denver, Colorado, is back home, whatever state you're currently in, maybe you have a partner that you live with and you guys each have a car and you have a 2-car garage, one garage space for each of your cars. Well, that's great in most areas around the country, but in Colorado, and hopefully one of the reasons why you're considering coming out here is because we have so many incredible outdoor activities and hobbies, sports to get involved in. I've just always loved that about Colorado. It's probably one of my favorite things about living here is how every year, and even more, dialing this down even more, every season, you can have new activities to get involved in. As we go into the spring here coming up, new activities like maybe getting back on the road bike and going cycling. Maybe it's going mountain biking. Maybe it's going hiking in the mountains. Maybe it's skiing, snowboarding, kayaking, paddleboarding. I could talk 10 minutes on different fun activities that you can do throughout the year here in Colorado. What happens though is people that move out here, they're as excited as anybody to start getting involved in all this fun stuff. And a lot of this fun stuff, unfortunately, requires space to store the stuff. Skis, bikes, kayak, all this stuff needs to go somewhere. And oftentimes it needs to go in your garage because there's no better place to put it. So what ends up happening is somebody that maybe is used to having a 2-car garage in another state will come out here, they'll buy a 2-car garage, a home that has a 2-car garage out here, and all of a sudden, man, they can only fit 1 car in the garage because of all their fun activity stuff that's taking up space in that second slot. So what I always recommend, if possible, is having a home that has either an extended 2-car garage as an example, or also called an oversized 2-car garage, or maybe even bump it up one to have a 3-car garage, even if you only have 2 cars. So this is just something that is, it sounds basic, it sounds kind of like a no-brainer, but man, it is one of the most common things that I hear about from people that move out here is, man, Adam, I love the house that I bought, but I just wish I had more garage space, wish I had more storage space. Well, a best way to really just nip this in the butt from day one is just finding homes that are really accommodating to this and just have more space to store your stuff. So there's also different types of garage setups. If you guys ever are starting to seriously look at homes out here, feel free to reach out. I can share a couple specific kind of strategies to identify homes that have these, because sometimes what will end up happening is you'll see a home that just looks like a 1-car garage, but oftentimes what they're doing now, especially in homes that have longer lots but maybe a little bit narrow, is they'll have what's called a tandem parking garage, tandem parking spaces. And what this means is it's just a 1 single garage door, but the length of the garage is double. So you could actually still fit 2 cars, but if you're the first car in the garage, to get out, you're gonna have the other car get out first so then you can get out. It's not the most ideal setup for some people, but it's great specifically for people that maybe only have 1 car, but they want that additional space for storage. I actually just helped some family, friends of mine, buy a house out here in Denver last year, and that's exactly what they had. They found this great home in Denver that had a tandem parking space in the garage where they had all this extra, room for Christmas decorations and their mountain bikes and camping gear, all that stuff. So I know I'm kind of long-winded here, but I just really wanted to make that clear to you guys as well, how important it is just to find a home that has that additional space. And that way, you guys are going to be able to keep doing all the fun activities, as well as have enough room in the garage to maybe pick up a couple new ones in the next season. So really excited to have you guys hopefully understand this to a point where you don't make that same mistake that a lot of other people do.